1101 West Lime Street, baby.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Testing 1, 2. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. Hey guys, welcome back to Mondays with McGriff. It's our second episode. We're going to hop right into it. First, we're going to recap the previous week before we get into a preview of the upcoming week's game. So, this past Tuesday, first of all, we had sponsor night. We played the Lake Region Thunder in Bartow for sponsor night. It was a 75-52 win. It was our first win of the season. So far, it's our only win of the season. We needed it. But I want to thank our sponsors. We have so many sponsors that are watching the Mondays with McGriff and the social media 701 campaign, West Lime Street campaign. So I want to thank the sponsors. We had a record 58 sponsors. We've never had that many. And I think 43 of them came out to sponsor night. So I want to thank the sponsors. I want to thank Coach Simmons for his patience, because we recognize all the sponsors on that night, and sometimes it starts the game 30 minutes late. So I want to thank Coach Simmons and the Thunder for their patience. I also want to say that Lake Region was missing Dwayne Lattimore, probably their best player. So the score probably would have been a little bit closer if he'd have had Lattimore. And I think Coach is poised to have a great season. Once he gets all his guys and gets them together, he's got to keep his best players healthy and things like that. But it was a great win for the Yellow Jackets. It was a great night. Sponsor night was a great night. The crowd was terrific in recognizing the sponsors, and we needed a win, and we played with a little energy. Daniel Thompson was probably the key. There's no problem about it. 28 points, a career high for him. I think he was 6 for 8 from the three-point line, and it was 11 for 14 from the field. So Dan has been doing some things better on the defensive side. He's been doing some things better, rebounding the ball. He's trying to do the things we asked him to do as far as shot selection, and he just went crazy with 28 points, 6 for 8 from the field for 3, 11 for 14 from the field. Again, he was trying to pass one, and it wound up kicking off the side of the backboard and going in. So it was one of those days for him. Deserving of it, terrific. He's a senior. He's a second year in the program. He was terrific. He was also terrific with some other things that we're asking him to do. The other guy that I thought was real key in the game, Edward Wiggins. Edward Wiggins had 12 points, 7 rebounds, 3 block shots. He probably had another 3 or 4 shots that he contested, that he changed the shot because of his activity at the rim. He had a charge where he slid his feet and the guy hit him in his chest and got a charge. So it's good. It's probably his best game in a couple years. You know, his first time he's been healthy. Even early in the year, he was out of game, missed the game. So he's healthy, he's active. His mind is in the right place as far as the injuries. Sometimes he's been timid because of the injuries, but he's gotten through that, and he was phenomenal. His activity on the boards, he had a couple of those 12 points. I think 3 of them were put back where he just run into the rim and being active on the board. And so it was probably Dan's best game in his 2 years being a Yellow Jacket. And it was definitely one of, if not the best, it was one of Edward Wiggins' best games. And his activity, like I say, his activity was terrific on both sides of the floor. His ability to finish at the rim was great on both sides of the floor. The other person that was really good that probably people won't see on the stats, he played about 10 minutes. Ryan Wiggins, number 34. Now, he doesn't have a lot of points, he doesn't have a lot of rebounds, but he's in the right spot all the time. One of our issues early in the season, we got people that don't know where to go and they don't know what to do. And Ryan Wiggins, if you'll watch the games, he's not scoring a lot of points, he's not getting a lot of rebounds. He's not on the stat sheet is not showing up, but when you pop the tape in, when you pop the coach's tape in, he played 10 minutes. I think he got a steal, a rebound, a deflection, didn't score a basket, but he was in the right spot more than the other Yellow Jackets are in the right spot. And if we're going to win games, we got to have guys that are in the right spot more. And so I want to give a shout out to Ryan because he's not going to get into the stats, but the coach's tape shows that he's in the right spot more. We need more Yellow Jackets like that, like I said. Great game. I think the game was spread in the second quarter. 29-12 result in the second quarter. I thought our defense was still fouling too much, but I thought it was key to that run. Obviously, Dan making shots and Ed's activity on the boards was also good. But I thought the second quarter was the difference in the game. I really thought we sped them up, our defense. We changed defense a little bit. It forced them into some mistakes. And it's like I say, first time we played Lake Region in 6 years, and we needed to win. We played Santa Fe on Friday night at the Hive. We lost that game 61-46 to take us to 1-3 on the season. I want to give Santa Fe credit, Coach Blicker credit. They played a wonderful game. The kids were prepared. I think we run 3 or 4 in a row against them, and so they were fired up and ready to go. His team is a little bit more connected than my team at this point in the year, and it showed. I don't think anybody played well enough for me to mention a name in that game. All right, so I'll mention some statistics that the reasons why Santa Fe won the game. Okay, Bartow, we had 27 turnovers. We've had that problem early in the year, 27 turnovers to Santa Fe 17. Okay, I thought Santa Fe made their free throws. I think they were 17 for 23 from the free throw line. I believe we were 2 for 15 or 3 for 15. And the free throw match was pretty even until late. So I'm not as much worried about the 23 free throws they got and the 15 we got, because I think we had to foul late. I think it was pretty even, but they made a higher percentage. And we did not play a great first half. We played a little bit better to start the third quarter. We had a chance in the third quarter to get it to single digits, to get it to 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 points. And our big Rick struggled at the free throw line. Some other guys struggled at the free throw line. And so we're going to have to do better. We're going to get fouled. And we're going to have to do better at making free throws, especially when you're down, to get back in the game. So those statistics stood out to me. 27 turnovers. You ain't going to win many games when you turn the ball over 27 times. I want to say that Santa Fe scored 20 points off those 27 turnovers. So for everybody that's coming to get contact and coaching, when we evaluate what's our offensive productivity, what's our defensive productivity, how do we do on the boards. When we evaluate what our offensive productivity is, we're evaluating how many shots we get. Do we get more shots than the other team? We're not getting more shots than the other team. When you have 27 turnovers and the other team has 17, that's 10 more shot attempts that they are getting at the game. So you lose a game 61-46. And they get 10 more shot attempts and they get to the line 8 more times. Well, that's the difference in the game. And so while sometimes statistics lie, in this case, statistics don't lie. We're going to turn the ball over 27. Give Santa Fe credit for that. They confused our guys. They created some timidness with our guys. We never really responded to it until the game was out of reach. And then Donner and Lane made some plays when we were coming back in the fourth quarter. We were down by 16, 17. I think we cut it to 8 or 9, and they made some plays to kind of hold us out. Okay, so what do we have to do to get better? So 1-3 going into the next week, and we're going to kind of preview next week's games. We got Ridge on Tuesday. We got to go to Ridge. Traditionally, Ridge is one of the tougher places for us to play. I don't know why. We play two or three places when we go to play them. We love playing there. And then 2 or 3 places we struggle. Ridge is one of the places we struggle. I think we've got a winning record over there, but it's close. And so Don Skipper's back over there. It's his second stint at Ridge. Coach Skipper, I think this is his 3rd year back at Ridge. He was at Lake Region for 4 or 5 years before that. He was at Ridge before that, and I think he started at McKill. So it's his second stint at Ridge Community. What do we have to do to play a better game to beat Ridge? Well, we're going to have 27 turnovers. We're going to struggle to score. We have 27 turnovers. We got to shoot the ball well. We're going to get to the free throw line. We got to make more free throws, right? We got to share the ball. Part of our issue is where a lot of our turnovers are coming off of dribble penetration, where we're dribbling in too deep and not getting the ball out on time. Some of our turnovers are coming because we don't see defense. We're watching the offense and we're not seeing defense. Anytime you're on offense, your vision should take you past your defender. It should take you to defense and space. And so our guys aren't seeing defense and space well. We've been talking. Coach has been working all weekend to try to solve some issues. We got a couple of things we're going to try. It's not going to be any home run fixes. It's going to be singles, and just little hits and little hits. And when I can say we're struggling, but we like to struggle, and we feel good about it. Okay, we don't feel good about where we are, but we feel good about that we got enough to make the corrections to be more competitive and win games than what we're doing early in the year. Hey, Ridge, I don't know a lot about their names. I know they've got a big post kid, number 44, 6'5", big old rebounder, very good skill, can hit a mid-range shot, plays really hard. So we're gonna have to rebound the ball and be good on him. Okay, they got a number 2, shoot the ball, get to the rim, athletic, and number 3, don't know names, can really guard defensively, quick as a cat. They're gonna switch defenses. Coach, they're gonna press us. They're gonna go back to the 2-3 zone. They may pack it in. They may switch. Coach likes multiple defenses, and then they're gonna push the pace on offense. They're gonna attack us, and so it's gonna be. They're gonna have a good crowd there, and so it's gonna be a great game. And we're looking forward to going over the Ridge. I don't think we've been there in a few years, and so it'll be good to get back over there and to one of our East Polk County. When you're Bartow, everybody's your rival. So you know we played Lake Region on Tuesday. They were fired up. We played Santa Fe on Friday, and you think they were playing the Boston Celtics or Denver Nuggets? Okay, well we're going to Ridge Tuesday. Well, Skipper's been to see us twice. He's been to scout us twice. Okay, but we have not been to scout him because we haven't when he's going to be fired up. And then our next opponent after Ridge Community is George Jenkins, and he's going to be fired up. I want to shout out to Coach Kenny Davis. He's one of my guys that played with us with the Lakeland Fire. I've known him most of his life. I grew up in the Boys and Girls Club when I was working at the Boys and Girls Club. I love him and what he's about. He's trying to turn the Jenkins program. Not that they've been bad. You know, Coach Jent, they've been consistent with the effort and intensity in which they played since Gent and Myers, and so he's from Jenkins. He played with Gent. He played for Myers, and so it's a family affair over at Jenkins. I like that because Bartow's that way. It's a family affair. It's a family affair, and he's taking over for Gent, and he's trying to step it up to a next level. Gent had it at this level, and Kenny's trying to take it up to a next level, and I think it will. He set some guys out early in the year, so one of his best players should be Marcus Smothers to transfer from Winter Haven, but he's not doing the thing that Coach needs him to do. We've had some kids, Jay Sean Williams, that have set out, so I understand Coach trying to discipline guys because you can't win in February unless there's discipline in the house. Also, James Cross. I know James Cross' dad, and I know his whole family. Matter of fact, I know Kenny's family. His wife is a Bartow Yellow Jacket, so I'm gonna shout out De'Amne because she's a Yellow Jacket. I know she'll have her green on Friday, and that's fine. But I love their family. I love Kenny Davis's mom and dad. We coached them with the fire. They let us coach them hard. They stayed out of the way, so they're great parents, and I love De'Amne's parents, her mom, Mr. and Ms. and Dad, Mr. and Ms. Murray. They're the same kind of parents. Coach Rudenbar, the softball coach, never had to worry about Mr. Murray. They stayed out of the way and let coach, and that's how we had T. Murray play football last year. That plays football, that played basketball with us last year. His grandson, they're those type of people. So great family, great sports family, great academic family. They believe in academics, and Kenny has brought that to Jenkins. Okay, so probably the best players, 14, Maddox. I think that's 14 man Maddox. Shooter, point guard. He's earned the right. He plays hard. He shows up for them every day. And so with all the stuff that they've had going on, I think they're 1-1 going into this Monday. They lost a close one at Davenport. That kid's their energy. He's playing hard. He's playing the way they want him to play. He's going to be a problem for us, okay? They got a kid I don't know when I watch tape. I pop on tape, number 24, Parker. Big old roly-poly kid, about 6'6", boy, that son gonna play hard. They got him playing. He's got him playing together. And so on the tape I watch, all the kids that I know that play there are not playing. But let me tell you this right here. That discipline is gonna pay off for them. I hope it doesn't pay off for them Friday, Kenny. So we want to win the game Friday, right? But they're gonna be better for it, and they're gonna be a challenge to us when they come to us on Friday. Okay? What do they do schematically? They get after it. They're a man-to-man team. A lot of dribble handoffs. They're trying to get things downhill. He allows freedom for his kids to score offensively. You play hard or you don't play. You rebound or you don't play. And So it's kind of a Lakeland Fire thing, Kenny. It's kind of how we built the Fire as he not rebuilds Jenkins, because Jenkins has been solid, but tries to get him to another level. Okay, so Yellow Jacket fans, what do we have to do for us to have great practices on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and win these games Tuesday and Friday? Well, it's going to be the same thing I told you last week. We've got to play better offense with taking care of the ball. We're going to make a few changes. For you guys that come to the games, you'll see the changes and try to play better offensively with taking care of the ball. I'm not worried about us making shots. I think we'll make shots. Dan made some Tuesday. Nobody else made any, but I think we're coming with that. We got to play smarter defensively without fouling. Keep the basketball out of the lane. I think we're doing a better job rebounding the ball, but we got to rebound it even better. We got to rebound it. I always say we got to rebound it like a ham sandwich is on the goal. I said it to my kids, and they all looked at me like, "Coach, we don't eat ham." I said, "Well, what do y'all eat?" "We eat chicken tenders." "Well, we got to rebound it like a chicken tender, and we got to take care of the ball and value the ball like it's a chicken tender, like it's fresh meat. Okay, we don't value the ball. And otherwise, we haven't quite figured out a rotation. We haven't quite figured out our best lineup. Our best player returning from last year, Jay-Sean Williams, he's not done much in 2 games. He's got to play better. Okay, and Trick and Antoine have got to play better. Okay, Dan and Nate and have to play with a little bit more fearlessness about the situation. And so that's what we're going to be working on in practice, trying to get better with the details that matter and reading the defense so we can take better care of the ball. Getting the ball to our spots and what we want to score offensively, not what the defense wants us to do, but what we want to do, so we can be in position for offensive rebound. Okay, that helps sets our pressure up defense. We're a pressure defensive team. I did not think our defense was bad. I thought it was pretty good against Lake Region. I didn't think it was bad against Santa Fe. It's tough to evaluate when we got so many turnovers. It's tough to evaluate. So hopefully our offense can get better when we can evaluate our defense. But big week in Yellow Jacket land. A 1-3 basketball team. I want to thank the fans for coming out. They were terrific on Friday. I don't know why they're coming out. We were bad last year and we're bad so far this year. We're going to have a good crowd in Ridge. Why? They believe in what we're doing. They have confidence that we're going to get it worked out. I think the kids have confidence and we're going to get it worked out. And so we're looking forward to a great practice today on Monday, heading into the game on Tuesdays. And thank you all for tuning in to another week of Mondays with McGriff. And I know we're going to have a few questions, so here are our questions. I want to tell you why they hadn't changed, because we coach them the same as we did with him 12, 13 years ago. We coach him the same as we did with him where he at 17. We coach him the same. What do you mean? We coach hard. We say we love you, but this is where you're going to do it. If you don't get your grades, you won't play. Okay? If you don't go to class, you won't play. If you can't practice hard, mama can't bail you out of this. She can come watch practice. You still won't practice. If you don't treat ladies with respect, mama called me saying you in trouble, we can help Dad. Won't play. Right? So he's like waving the white flag. We try to set a standard of excellence for our guys, so they see what excellence looks like. We try to set a standard of excellence for our guys. And some of those guys here, some of the guys that are here play for us. And we try, I think they'll tell you, we try to set a standard of excellence so they can see, because not enough kids see what excellence looks like. And our guys will not have that excuse that they do not see excellence. They see it every day.
Basically, I wanted to ask you at sponsor night, you speaking on at Bartow, how kids aren't different and about how they see excellence at Bartow. Could you touch on like how you guys instill that excellence every day, or show the team and the program that excellence every day at Bartow?
Sometimes there's a narrative in our community that men are not present in the community and that our kids don't see positive role models. And that's why I support all the coaches in the county so much. So I know people are trying to beat us and we're trying to beat them, but I support all the coaches in the county. And besides when they're playing Bartow, I root for them because they're men that are coaching men. And we need, okay, if you wanna solve some issues that are happening in society, and I'm not a political person, I'm just gonna talk about issues, just general issues. If you have men that'll step up and be what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be leaders, we're supposed to be fathers, we're supposed to be husbands, we're supposed to be providers for our family, we're supposed to be it. And we're supposed to be in front, and not that we're in front of ladies to where we're telling ladies what to do, but we're leading and we're supporting our families. If we would have more men like that and the kids would see more men like that, that's going to solve some societal problems that we have. And so what we try to do with Bartow is just be an example, right? And our kids, when I say that they see excellence every day, we show what we got. Now, let me tell you something. I'm the only one of the coaches that work at Bartow High School. Coach Jones and Coach Tripp work at the middle school, but they're coming over to the high school to coach the JV every day. Coach Austin is working for somebody else. Coach Tucker, when he used to work, he's retired, will work with somebody else. So these guys are getting off their job. Coach Austin and Coach Tucker, they're getting off their job to come. This is another full-time job now. And so it's coaching somebody else's child. Now, they got kids and grandkids now, and they're giving their time. And those $2.50 that the school board gives, and we're thankful for the $2.50 school board. Wish it was $5.50, but that $2.50 ain't worth the time they give to the kids, and they're doing it. Why are they doing it? To build community. The whole village. It takes a village to raise a child. Well, Coach Austin and Coach Tucker are role models of excellence that these kids see every day. They get off their jobs and their lives to come and pour into these kids. Coach Jones, he's got to be dean at the middle school. He drives the bus at the middle school. Okay, then he coaches the help with the middle school team, and then he comes over and coaches the JV team, and then he's kind of the social media. I mean, all this stuff, and that's excellent. A sponsor night, what they saw with us putting together with 58 sponsors coming. They walk in there and there's 100+ people in the cafeteria. Okay, well, that's excellent. And so we have all these examples of excellence that we want our guys to see, not to glorify us because we want, but really to glorify the Lord, because that's who we serve. And because we want our guys to see excellence so they can be excellent. So they can be excellent husbands, so they can be excellent fathers, so they can be excellent on their job, so they can be providers for their families, so they can be the next excellent coaches in the community. And so when I talk about sponsor night and the boys seeing excellence, that's what I was talking about.
And to touch on sponsor night, this is the last question, Coach. A lot of people say, like, you know, that Bartow's spoiled, y'all get everything, y'all have 2 team shoes, the gear, support, banners on the gym, a lot of coaches. What goes into that community engagement and getting sponsors and getting a record of 58 sponsors to come and support you guys and support the Bartow program?
I want to challenge coaches because the whole narratives we hear sometimes that we're kind of a privileged school and things like that. Well, we got this idea from Kathleen, and I'm a Kathleen boy, and so I know the narrative. Some people say Kathleen is the poor people's school in Lakeland, which I don't like that narrative. And some people, you know, because we got a great education at Kathleen, and all the guys, a lot of these guys that are coached at Kathleen, like Shaw, and some other guys in the community that are coaching football. We got great education and a great upbringing from Kathleen. But we started this at Kathleen when I was there as an assistant with Drew Taylor. And we had 15 sponsors the first year, or 25, and 25, I think it was over 20 the second year. And so people that says that you can only do this in Bartow, coaches, I challenge you, you're wrong. That we could do it at Kathleen. If we could do it at 15 one year, and then 25 the second year, okay, and Drew kept that going. It was 25 to 30 every him and Jeff Cable. I want to shout out Jeff Cable because he was instrumental in putting the pregame meals together. The pregame meals where we went to different restaurants and tried to get them to sponsor pregame meals for the team. Coaches, if we can do it at Bartow, if we can do it at Kathleen, you can do it at your school. So I challenge that. The other thing with all the gear, okay, we're kind of old school with our values, but we like nice things. People like, I know the kids like nice things, and so we try to. Okay, we had a big popcorn fundraiser in September. It was a huge success. Why? Because we demanded excellence. We told all our kids, you're gonna sell popcorn. And we told our parents, listen, we need y'all to sell popcorn. And we told the community, we need y'all to buy this popcorn. And so we're asking the kids, coaches, to have and I'm probably on my soapbox, and some coaches will get mad, I don't care, right? This is Mondays with McGriff. If you don't like it, start your own. I heard Williams is gonna start on Wednesdays with we, and Fitz is talking about starting the Fridays with Fitzgerald over there at Victory. So I like it. I want let's everybody have a coaching show, right? So this is my coaching show, and I can say what I want, right? But I think we ask the kids to be the grind and to give their all on the court. And then sometimes we as coaches, we say, well, I can't do it, I don't have the community. Well, I know Polk County just as good as any of those other coaches, and you can do it in every community that's out there in Polk County. You can do it at Kathleen, you can do it in Lake Welsh, you can do it in Winter Haven, you can do it at Santa Fe. Matter of fact, I think he's doing it. I think Kenny's got it started at Jenkins. Okay, you can do it in Mulberry, in Fort Meade, you can do it in Haines City, at Ridge, we played them this week. You can do it in Sebring, we treat them as Polk County. So what we do is sponsor night. It's a great for our community. The community loves it. You guys saw it, they're so in tune to it, but we're not some special people. We work hard. We get our kids to work hard to get the sponsors. The coaches help me get the sponsors and pregame meals. We work our tails off. Okay, I do all the scouting reports for Bartow, and I have assistant coaches, Coach Austin and Lou Marlin do some scouting, but I do all my own scouting because I'm particular. If something's gonna be a mistake, I want it to be my mistake. But for sponsor night, I don't get a chance to do that. Coach Austin and Coach Lou Marlin do all the take because my mind is all on sponsor night, so it's a tough game for me. It's the toughest game that I have all year because I'm not prepared for the game. And I tell the kids I need your help, and tell the coaches I need your help because I'm not prepared for the game. I probably should do that more often. I was more prepared for Santa Fe and we got our butts spanked, and so it's a great night, and I want to challenge the coaches. You can do it this year. You get you some sponsors. If you got 4 or 5 sponsors, pick a game other than senior night and recognize your sponsors, bring them in and recognize them and say we appreciate you. Because I think it'll grow. I think the first year we had 15 or 17 in Bartow, had 20. Okay, for years we had 30. We won a state title, and then we go over 30 in 2010, and it's we've never had this many. And so I'm thankful to the sponsors. I'm thankful to the people who support the program. I'm thankful to the kids and their parents. I'm thankful to the coaches, the principals, the county AD, Dan Talbot was there. It was a celebration. It's what you want high school sports to be. A celebration of the kids and the community coming together to support the school. So, second episode here, and we hope you enjoyed it. We hope you get some insights out of it. If there's a question you want answered, put it in one of the social media chats or boxes or whatever you call it, and we'll get it, and we'll cover it in episode 3. And hopefully we're coming back for a 2-0 week for the Yellow Jackets. Okay, there ain't gonna be no shorter.
Yeah, man.
But it is what it is.
I think
like
701 West Lime Street, baby.